Don't blink! All in. Just my style.
What up, guys? Maxske here, and I'm bringing you Economics 9.14 Ekko University, where we talk about everything Ekko patch 9.14. And this patch has a lot of buffs and a lot of nerfs. It's a huge patch. Also the patch of bugs, small indie company, by the way. But anyway, we're talking about the patch notes, the best runes, the best builds, the most bans, and Ekko's patch rating for patch 9.14. Also, TFT Ranked came out this patch. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's actually pretty fun. If you haven't played it yet, I recommend you do. But anyway, let's get into patch 9.14. Alright guys, so the patch notes to 9.14, there's a lot of buffs. Some of them are really small, but a lot of buffs, and also several nerfs and some changes. We'll talk about the ones that mean the most to Ekko, because there's a lot of them, so I highlighted those, so let's get into it. Firstly, we have Renekton's W buff. Renekton now breaks shields with his W if he has over 50 Fury. I don't know why they buffed this champion. This champion is already strong. Even Renekton one-tricks that are in high elo even said, why are you buffing this champion? He's already strong. But hey, I guess they'll take it. I wish Ekko could get some buffs. But anyway, Renekton does break shields now, so if you're playing against Renekton and he has 50 Fury and you W yourself or any champion gets a shield, he'll click W and boom, the shield is now broken and you still take his W damage. So that's kind of annoying, but hey, what can you do? Next up is Katarina. Katarina got a quick 20% Grievous Wounds buff to her ultimate. Instead of 40% Grievous Wounds, now she does 60%, which is relevant to Ekko because she's already kind of strong. And on top of that, now she clicks her R, and then you click your R, you lose 20% healing, so that's kind of unlucky. Ahri got a buff nerf now. They basically want Ahri to be an anti-mobility champion. She already abuses Glacial with perma-slow. She has her charm. Now they buffed her charm so that she cancels dashes. So basically, if you click E, but she hits you with her charm, your E stops instantly, like abruptly, and you instantly start walking towards Ahri now. This was Ahri's mechanic a long time ago, but they removed it, but now they added it back. But to compensate, they nerfed her damage amplification from 5 seconds to 3 seconds if she lands her charm. But guess what? Ahri does her entire combo within 1 second of landing her charm. So this nerf means nothing. So that's why this is just a buff to Ahri, and she's really annoying. I would consider banning Ahri because she's just such a safe but like overpowered champion now that like doesn't let you even move anymore. But next up is Sylas. I kind of enjoyed Sylas. If you guys want some Sylasophy 9.14, let me know because I actually really enjoyed playing Sylas. But other than that, Sylas did get a huge rework this patch. His Q got buffed, his passive got buffed, his W got buffed the previous patch. His E got a little bit of nerf. Now it's a magic shield instead of a all damage shield, so that he becomes more of like an anti-mage sort of champion. And his R got nerfed pretty hard. So overall, I think Sylas got buffed for the jungle also. Jungle and mid Sylas are actually a lot stronger now. But yeah, if you guys want a full in-depth guide on Sylas, let me know and I'll do it. But a huge buff this patch was to Cassiopeia. I don't know if you have to permaban this champion yet because I haven't really played against her yet, but she might be permaban worthy. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll find out next patch or at the end of this patch. She has more heals now. She spams her E more. Her W, her miasma, I think it's called, the grounding and the silence ability, now has no minimum cast range. So if you jump on Cassiopeia, well, guess what? She could throw her W on herself now, which removes all the counterplay. I don't get why they remove counterplay from Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia was too hard to play because if Ekko jumps on her, then she dies. That's not really the case, but now it's even harder to jump on Cassiopeia. Poppy, they get a small change now. Poppy's W grounds you. So basically Poppy's like Singed now. She clicks her W. You can no longer use her R, your R as Ekko or dash or anything. So watch out for that. Akali got a huge rework and like updates again. They made her a shroud. It's not true stealth anymore, but they buffed her damage and stuff. So I think Akali's gonna be pretty annoying again. But then again, I haven't seen Akali at all, so we'll see what happens there. And lastly, we have Ryze. Ryze gets a few bug fixes and I think a tiny buff. Every time Ryze gets touched, really annoying for Ekko. But yeah, that's basically much it for the buffs. Champions like Morgana, LeBlanc, and Karma got like a little bit of true stealth on their chain. Doesn't really increase their damage or outplay potential, honestly. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the buffs. Swain, they get a huge rework, but I don't know what the hell Swain does anyway. In the middle, we have Pyke. So Pyke got buff nerfed, where they don't want Pyke to be a solo laner anymore. So they have to like remove all his like, you know, laning ability and stuff. But they gave Pyke a huge buff to where now, if he lands his R, instead of 300 gold, he gets 600 gold, which is kind of OP because I played Sylas the other day and I stole Pyke's R as Sylas and I went bot lane. I double killed bot lane. Instead of getting 600 gold, I got 1200 gold. So if you ever have a Pyke on your team or an enemy team, and if you ever have a Pyke on your team and the enemy team has a Sylas, I recommend dodging because if Sylas takes Pyke's R and gets a kill, he gets 600 gold. Plus, if he gets an assist for his teammate, that's 900 gold for the entire team. So That's kind of a weird buff thing to Pike, but also kind of a buff to Salas too, so yeah. So now for the nerfs, Yumi got a numbers nerf, Mordekaiser's got a numbers nerf, but they're still pretty good. Actually, Mordekaiser's really good. Tahm Kench got a big nerf. Lux got her R reset nerfed, and well, it got removed, and her W does less shielding, but now they gave her more damage though, which is fine, I guess, but overall it's a nerf to Lux. Aatrox no longer revives, but they gave him more damage, but I'm pretty sure Aatrox revive was the most annoying thing about him, so pretty big nerf there. But the two biggest nerfs that were so uncalled for were Diana and Galio. So Diana had like a bug where she could R 3 times now because they increased her Q projectile speed. Well, they nerfed the Q speed this patch. They fixed that bug, but on top of that, they nerfed her W, which makes no sense because Diana wasn't even good at all, and they just nerfed her W by like 30 mana, which is a lot, especially for Diana. So I don't really understand the Diana nerfs, because they fixed her bugs, which was made her strong, but now they also nerfed her. I feel bad for Diana. I have no clue what they're doing with Diana. Like, she wasn't even like played at all. So I don't. Anyway, and then Galio. Oh my God, Galio. Galio wasn't even played at all either. Galio hasn't been played in like solo queue since like Aftershock Galio started the season, and then they hella nerfed that. So they just removed Galio's flash taunt, so you can no longer flash taunt, and now his taunt can get interrupted by CC, which makes literally no sense because Galio is not even being played, and they removed Galio's most important feature, his flash W engages for team fights. Like, they buffed his damage a little bit, but like, you just removed Galio completely. Like, I don't understand. So yeah, those two champions, I don't understand, man. I just don't understand. So now let's talk about the runes for Ekko. This is the new best Ekko mid runes page that I started using a while ago, and I actually love it. It's Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter with Biscuits and Time Warp Tonic. So everything is usually the same here except Relentless Hunter. Relentless Hunter allows me to not use TP and allows me to go Ignite because I have like a lot of movement speed, so I could go bot lane, top lane, get back to mid lane faster. A lot of out of combo movement speed, which is really good. But on top of that, I go Biscuits, Time Warp Tonic, because Biscuits, Time Warp Tonic, Biscuits give you more mana and healing during the annoying laning phase. And on top of that, Time Warp Tonic allows you to move even faster, and it amplifies your Relentless Hunter movement speed when you're sipping a potion or a biscuit. So that's why it's really good. Even Zalal Ban uses this rune page. And now for Ekko's rune page in the jungle, you want to go Conquer, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Cheap Shot, and Ravenous Hunter with attack speed and armor flex rune. So for Ekko's best build in the mid lane, the best starting items are Corrupting Potion into Darksteel, Boots, Doran's. Yes, you are building basically 3 starting items with Doran's Drink, Darksteel, Corrupting Potion, but honestly I found building these 3 help you survive the early game and actually transition pretty well into late game, because I usually keep stacking my Darksteel now, and then that eventually transitions into a Medjai's, and then I eventually sell Doran's Ring if my Medjai's or my Darksteel is stacked. If not, then I would eventually sell both of them for a space. But regardless, you want to go Protobelt, Boots of choice, Lichbane, and then after Lichbane you could get Medjai's if you have 10 stacks. If not, go on to any one of those other items. You're going to go Death Cap for damage, Voice Staff for anti-magic resist, Banshees for heavy MR, Moralomicon for anti-healing, Zanias for, AD, and Leandro's Torment for tanks. All those items for the mid lane are basically whatever you want after Lichbane, so pick what you want. And for Ekko's starting build in the jungle, you always want to go Hunter's Talisman to Refillable Potion, and then after that you either build the Runic Echoes with Blue Smite or Red Smite. Red Smite is usually for like champions, if you're fighting like a Lee Sin or like a Graves, like heavy auto attack 1v1 champions. But if not, just go Blue Smite for the extra slow and true damage. And then for the build, you can go 2 builds. You can go the same build as mid lane, go Protobelt Boots into, Medjai's or Lichbane into any AP items, or you could go the tank build with Conqueror, where you go Iceborne Gauntlet into Defensive Boots, into Spear Visage, into Leandri's Torment. And then last item could be like a Wit's End, or like a Thormail, or a Randuin's, or even maybe an AP item. So basically those are the 2 builds for Ekko Jungle. I personally, if my team has really strong carries, I would go the tank build. If my team is lacking a lot of damage, then I would just go full AP with Conquer, and it still does a lot of damage. So for the must bans, yes, a lot of champions got changed this patch and buffed and nerfed, but mostly for me, I keep banning these same 6 champions because they're the ones that, like, every time I see them, the game is just over for me, like, if something goes wrong. Like, Cassidy It scales too hard and just 1v9s the game. Rise just makes your laning phase impossible and scales really well also. But I am permabanning Yasuo because Yasuo used to be able to be Yasuo before Conquer changes and crit buffs. But now Yasuo just builds attack speed and just out damages you with Conquer and with the crit changes. So like there's literally no way you beat Yasuo, especially in higher elos, unless Yasuo is the one that makes the mistake. So in lower elos, yes, Yasuo usually make a lot of mistakes, so that's fine. But once you approach higher elos, when less mistakes are being made, and even if he makes mistakes, his champion compensates with the damage and stuff. So it becomes impossible to win the game especially late game versus Yasuo. So I permaban Yasuo right now because it's really annoying. And then I banned Kha'Zix's Rengar in the jungle because those are the two champions in the jungle that somehow just 1v9 snowball the game. And then lastly, if somehow Yasuo, Cassin, these champions get banned, I would go and ban Ahri because Ahri is just such a common pick now and just kind of annoying overall for your entire team. Yes, there are other champions like Renekton, Riven, all those champions, but like you could ban 1,000 champions, but these are the ones that I see the most that ruin the game for me the most. Alright, so for this patch, I'm going to give Ekko a B. Why a B? Because Ekko is a very good overall, balanced utility assassin champion. If your team is not inting and playing around you, Ekko becomes even like an A to like A+ tier champion because he's actually a really good champion when your team is playing well. And by playing well, I don't mean like carrying you, I mean like not inting and working alongside of you. So basically what Ekko's a champion where like your team has to let you carry. And if they let you carry, Ekko's a really good champion. But in this meta where mid lane is so weak, where the best mid lane champion is like Ahri, that does nothing in lane and just perma CCs your entire team, it's really annoying. And on top of that, 80 carry is still 1v9 role. Conquer, the jungle Conquer in the top lane is really hard for Ekko. So like the Ekko in general, not Ekko in general, the meta in general is just really like stale in terms of mid lane. And that being said, I would consider Ekko like an A tier champion if mid lane was in a better state right now, but the game is just in a weird state right now where there are a lot of bugs. The game is imbalanced. You know, everyone's complaining. It's coin flip games. People are inting. Some people are tryhard. Some people are inting. It's just, I don't know. I feel like the season's like kind of doomed, and I guess season 10 will be the savior. But hey, Ekko's in a decent spot. Not the best, but also not the worst. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Economics 9.14. Hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next one.